Hello and welcome back into Grow Your Business Superpower Summit, the place where we learn how to break the resistance and create reliable, successful business that we always dream of. I am Albina and sad because today is our last episode of this show, of this beautiful show where we were all together. And I'm so grateful for all of you to be here with me to walk through this journey of learning how to break through resistance and create the life of your dream. I want to thank every single expert of our summit on taking the time and dedicating their valuable time to all of us for all their wisdom, for all their generous gifts. I want to thank you, every participant, everyone who were here or was. That part I don't know, and it's okay. Uh, for taking the time and sticking with us and tuning in and learning together with me how to break through resistance, how to break through limitations, fears, and limiting beliefs that holds us back. To soak in that wisdom from every expert. I hope it was absolutely valuable, just like it was for me. I want to honor all of you for your time and your dedication. I want to thank you for your support, and I want to gift you this episode with me on learning a little bit who I am and why I did put together Grow Your Business Superpower Summit. I have actually Louis Ortiz with me, and he was uh, generously offering me to interview me for you guys. Let's welcome Louis. Louis
Thank you, Albina.
Ortiz.
Thank you very much. I appreciate the offer and I gladly accepted, knowing how great it's going to be. You want to just jump right into it and get started with the
Sure.
questions? Let's do this. Now, reading your biography, there isn't a huge history of business. Now you have administrative, clerical, all that business management and all that. In Russia, you left Russia a prestigious job that you had in law to come to the United States. But now you're running a small business entrepreneurship summit, which I kind of scratch my head. What makes you an expert or be able to help somebody that's starting their business when you haven't?
Good question. Good question. And for those who are VIP, and if you're not, I truly suggest you to sign up. They're gonna give you a Grow Your Business Superpower journal, and I put my a little bit bio to for you guys to let to know me more, understand why it's so important for me, why it's so personal to me to put together that beautiful summit, this journey for myself and for you. But answering your question, Louis, yes, I have not haven't had many experience with business. That's true, and I am a PhD. I have a PhD in civil law, though I reevaluated my values, my where I am when I moved to United States over 14 years ago, and realized it's not true what I feel. Uh, I was working a lot, rescuing who I am and what I truly want. It took me a long time until I got to a point where I'm like, okay, now I feel it. Now I feel it with my body that I'm ready to take on this journey and learn from the best without making any mistakes. Though there will be, might be, and it's not a mistake, it's experience. But learn the best tactics, the best suggestion, take that suggestions, tips from the best of the best. And that is why I introduced all of you to 14 best experts in a different field to tackle every area of the growing business from every perception, every perspective, to make sure I'm capturing all the tools for myself and for you all. And of course, for business owners as well, it's very extremely valuable for a lot of many people, for all. Um, and yes, I don't have experience in the business area, but I am strong, trusting, dedicated leader who stands for love, boldness, and authenticity. So I'm on the path to create that life of how I wanted to live.
Interesting. So you're saying that regular life corresponds with business life.
Oh, that's a good one. Of course, everything interconnected. Everything is my representation of me. The way you do one thing is the way you do everything, right? If you guys read that book of Susan, don't remember last name, but the beautiful book, and I do suggest, the way we do one thing is the way we do everything. Business, kitchen, car, repair, doing sale, marketing, whatever it is, the way you feel is the way you represent yourself and project that feeling onto the world around. Everything is interconnected. Business as well.
Okay, earlier to your opening statement, you made mention of making a mistakes, making mistakes. It's so easy to give up when you make a mistake. So easy. How do you
Absolutely.
conquer that?
Well, first of all, there is no mistakes. It's the way we call it. It's the way we call it. I've learned that it's of course it's for me. It's my personal approach.
Mhm.
It's how we name it, label it. It's a experience, a stepping block. It's something that I can get value out of it, and next time apply it and think ahead of time and know that there might be a different outcome. How can I handle myself situation? How can I take advantage of the situation so that situation might work on me? And in fact, every single breakdown is the breakthrough, because you're alive, and it means that you survived 100 times out of 100 times. All the downtime, all the struggle, all your depressions, all the feeling bad, all the drama of life, you already succeeded. So how it can be a mistake?
Well, that's a great segue into my next question for you, because my next question is, in business, any type of business, the first 12 to 18 months of crucial, and it's known that you have a loss. Now, with that loss, a lot of people say, hey, I'm opening a business. They think that it's great. I'm going to make money. I'm going to be rich. I can drive the best car, only to find out that reality kicks in. When that reality kicks in and life gets really tough, how do you tell somebody keep going forward when their rent isn't being paid or their mortgage isn't being paid and their car's getting ready to get repoed? What do they do?
Well, first of all, being realistic to what's truly going on. Of course, we get a support. There is a planning. Maybe there is a gap in planning. What did you plan? What did you implement? Because there is actually, mm, we can say loss, but when you're on a path to with your passion, nothing is a loss. It's a learning path. It's a learning experience. And you do expect that they might be something that will come up internally and will cause drama or some loss that will be represented through the business. So it will come back to you why you needed that loss. What is the learning lesson there? What are you getting out of it? And how you can handle it? And from that standpoint, what you can do in order to move through it or break through it and create a better plan that will represent a better business model, better strategy. But again, it's going back to maybe be clear on what's your vision and what is it you're trying to achieve.
Another great segue. You have a young family, a
Mhm.
7-year-old and a 14-year-old, two beautiful girls. What's the balance between professional, family, everyday life, the stuff that you do, your meditation? What's the balance? How do you balance that to make sure that your family stays a
Mhm.
family?
Good question. Well, first of all, it's we always balance. As I'm going back to what I already said, everything is interconnected. Business, life, family, kids, it's all going to connect interact with one another, sort of. Of course, the state of your being is the most important, how you feel and how you balance all the things. And in order to balance it in the way so it would work for you, uh, you want to make sure you do some um, daily rituals, planning. Planning is a huge, if you have a plan ahead of time, from the night before, that you will wake up in a certain time, you will do your whatever rituals you might do, journaling, meditation. I do meditations every morning, I do yoga every morning, and I can turn on from that standpoint whatever I feel, music, and jump out from the bed and dance with my little one, connect with her, making sure I'm having fun. And if I do, they will have fun. My family, my kids will have fun too. So they do actually. And then one goes to school, another goes to school, and I'm going into my office and I do already now the job that I need to do to make sure I'm moving forward with my vision, with what I want in life to achieve.
Now, you made one mention of planning out and kind of like mapping out your day and what you do. Now, I'm very neurotic, and I'm sure there's a lot of people in your summit that is a lot like me, where once I can write down step 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but once I get off those 5 steps, my mind is kind of screwed. And I'm sure that there's other people like that. What do you tell them to get them back on that track? It's hard.
That's a good one, by the way. It's too much. If that's the case, it's too much. 5 is too much for you to start with. Those people who are secured in their job, it's too much for some time, like at some point, because this is dedication to yourself. This is being true to what you really want, seeing that this is on you. You have no excuses that jump off your track. No excuse. It's a child. I'm not. I'm not following anything, but that's what I learned. When I jump off, I'm jumping in of my plan. I'm jumping into being a little child. That is a question of maturity. Are you ready to be dedicated to what you truly want? And from that standpoint, if it's too heavy, 5 rituals or 5 things every day, because it's not just like for a month, it's for life.
Yes.
Let's say, right?
That I agree, yes.
Take first a step and take only one ritual a day, only one, and see month, do it month. And whatever is there happen, the world is blowing up. Hopefully it's not gonna happen. But but whatever is out there might cause interaction with your that one ritual. It's secondary. You are maturely making a decision. This is my thing, and it's only one for me to move on with.
Okay, but let's face it, life is life. Things happen. The tracks are going to come apart. You're a very spiritual person. Do you suggest maybe meditation, take a step back, regroup, and restart your steps 1 to 5, or do you pick up from 3 to 5?
Mm.
How is it that that person, because everybody runs into it, how is it that that person or you would pick up those pieces?
Well, definitely. Things happens. All right. Let's take an account. It might. But going back again, suggestions. Number one, is do something one thing. Try different. Try today, try journaling. Tomorrow, try gratitude journaling. Uh, Day after, try just meditation. And with the meditation, it's not for some people who never tried it. It's tricky because they don't know how to do it. But there is no right and wrong. Try over the 2 weeks different meditations every day. You will find the one that is in like you connect to, that is the one that you enjoy when you listen, if it's guided. Or with a meditation, it's even simpler. Do a 5 minutes of silent meditation with any music that you prefer, just the beats or something.
Very good. I'm glad you threw that in there because a lot of people think meditation is quietness, can't get interrupted. No, because when you're meditating, you're secluding everything around you. It's irrelevant what's going on around you because you're in a trance, so to speak, correct?
Mhm.
So you could meditate at any point in time.
Right, true. Well, you can meditate even, it's becoming so part of you that you meditate even in a meeting. I mean, being present is a meditation. Being here and now is a meditation. It's being where you are right now without any thoughts interrupting your process. And the thing is that many people, they have so much thoughts. I don't remember that how many thoughts we have on in 1 minute only, but it's a trail. It's a trail. And many people don't even realize that they do have that process internally. And they are facing the most that are facing resistance are those people. And from that standpoint, every place they go, they're not present. Ask yourself, how many things do you remember from yesterday? Hour to hour, how many things do you remember? Every single time you don't remember from yesterday, from a week ago, from months ago, on certain day, it means that you were not present in that moment, because we remember only things when we are present in it, when we experiencing that experience here now. Give you example. You taking somebody to a dinner, right? Or simple thing, not related to business dinner. You're taking people to a business dinner, right? But you're so worried about how it's gonna go. All this meeting is going on, people interacting, the meeting going on, but the host is so worried on how it's going to go because they have, or that host has experience from the past not being able to pull off something out of it, right? And it's nothing to do with current meeting. Now, if that person, if you ask how was the dinner, they won't remember. They missed the dinner. They missed the meal. They don't know how it was taste. They miss the conversations because everything that they remember is like, I don't even know how it went. Well, it didn't work out,
It just flew by. It's like it never
Exactly.
happened for them.
But if there is no expectations, I try my best. I take people for dinner to work over something. Take off that expectations that it's gonna show up, like end up in a certain way. Take off that expectations. Have fun with it. Have fun. Just experiencing the experience, being there. You're gonna enjoy meal. You're gonna enjoy the company. You're gonna enjoy interaction. You're gonna connect and be true to people, right? And then how it's gonna end up? Probably benefiting you because you were there present in the moment. It's very important, but I forgot the question. But I hope you got the point. That's the
I'm sure you did.
But that's the thing with experiencing being here and now, because when you do that meditation of silence on a regular basis, 5 minutes, start with 5-10 minutes. It's hard to start with 4 minutes, 5 minutes.
Which that was the basis of the question, like, should you go into a meditation? And everybody has their own types of meditation. So like Albina said earlier, your meditation is not a wrong meditation as long as it works for you.
Right. So, and then from that rituals and meditation, let me just complete with that silent meditation, right? So you practice that only in the morning, let's say, and at night, 5-10 minutes before you go to sleep. Silently, just listen, what's around, what's going on around. Don't analyze, just be present with it. Outside, the cars are driving, you hear some birds outside or wind, and you just don't analyze and don't judge, just let just being present in your space, connect to it because you are part of it, and that's the beauty. Over the time, it's gonna drop you into here and now in every moment, or some not right away, in the moment experiencing. When you drive, you are presently there, you enjoying that drive, you see car around, you not snapping on somebody who trying to get around your car, you just seeing people, you presently letting them be in your space. And from that standpoint, you can try some other rituals to be added to your day. If you are going for a business, set some coaching consultation, and our experts offering a lot of one-on-one, free one-on-one, so that you can take that advantage. And you also can make an schedule appointment with me, and I can guide you and help you with how I work with the resistance and limitations, fears, limiting beliefs, whatever bother you, tension. And from that standpoint, you can move to the next step. What is it you are looking for in your life? Who you are? Do you know who you are? Are you able to answer? Not from I am CEO, I'm that, I am a businessman manager, I'm I am a manager, or no, who are you? How do you feel? I hope I answered the question.
Yeah, very much so, and then some. In business, starting out, it's intimidating. It's very intimidating. Just like when you go to start a new job, you get butterflies, or you get into a fight. Before you get into the fight, you get butterflies, like I'm really getting ready to do this. In business, you get those butterflies. It's intimidating because, again, we're going to touch up on this. You could affect your family, you could affect you could affect your future if the wrong thing happens. How do you conquer that fear of the financial burden that you could put on your family?
Good question. First of all, that's what keeps us secured in our employment, right? Because we're so scared and facing that fear of being independent and being relying on ourselves only, that we roll ourselves into somebody else's vision, into somebody else's dream, into somebody else's business, right? Of course, when there is a fear that the vision is so big, I'm going to run into a financial struggle, it's going to give me a headache and those breakdowns, my family not going to survive. A lot of fears coming up, right? That was coming up to me as well.
How did you get past that?
Right. Well, first of all, that vision, ask yourself, how big is that vision? Because in most cases, that vision is so heavy, in the terms that it's so big that it causes so much fear that you just run away from it, and you enroll again yourself back into somebody else's vision because of those fears. So break down that vision, break it into a smaller vision, smaller targets, goals. If there is a certain thing, or let's say you want to accomplish something, build your business in 2 years.
Now, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but you're saying to break down those goals and make them smaller goals in a smaller vision.
Right.
Why would I do that when I'm shooting for the stars? Why would you say it's better to break down the goals and to shoot lower for a vision, or for success? Because that's what I'm getting out of that statement, and I'm sure you have a reason for it. What's that reason?
Well, again, because when you put together, when you know I want 500,000 a month or whatever, whatever you feel it. It's so heavy
So
that it's
lower your
almost scary.
expectations as to what you're doing, because that could create failure down the long run if your expectations are up here, because that's where you want to be. No, you still have to work for it.
Right. No, don't lower the expectations. Do not.
Excuse me?
You want 500,000 a month? Do
Shoot
it.
for it.
Yes.
Go for it. Fight
But
for it.
of course, it's everything in the due time. I do realize with my experience as well. But I can say I want $5,000, $500,000 in 2 months. I want to get it, right? And it's gonna create so much stress in me, in not just in me, in my family, in my relationship with the kids, in my daily life, in my work, and every single thing that I do. I'm gonna run from the tension that I want that to happen, right? It's too heavy. Be realistic and see how truly I can get to it. If 2 months is too little of a time for me to accomplish that in ecological way, where I will be able to contain that earnings over the time, not just one time, right? So ask yourself, what would be realistically need to be done? What should be realistically done, or what I want to make sure I'm done prior to having that? What steps should I take, right? And how realistically I can contain to earn those regular earnings, right? If it's one time, it's one thing. If it's on a regular basis and you want to have it on a regular basis, of course, it's a planning, and put it on the 1 month or 1 year from now, right? And then break down, okay, in a year, I want to have on a regular basis $500,000 in months. How can I break it down into 12 months? What can I do in the 12 months in order to get into the state where I have it on a regular base, on like consistently, right? So now there is a 12-month planning into a smaller pieces, as you already said, right? So you got your big vision and you broke down into a monthly vision. What can you do in order to get there in a month? And then from that month, you want to still break down into the weeks. What on a weekly base am I completing and accomplishing in order to get to complete and be an excellent by the end of the month? Complete and close that goal for the month, because every month gonna end up and closing in excellence will get you to that $500 at the end of the year. 500,000 at the end of the year. Be consistent, be true that this is actually what I want. Ask yourself why you want it, if it's related to money. What is it? How you want to feel? What is it about feeling? Because money is one thing, but how am I going to feel when I get that? What is it? You're running for a feeling. So create that state. Maybe it's something it's going to change or adjust.
Okay, so when you're dissecting it week to week, month to month, year to year, things that you see in your pattern are not working. Do you remove that from your path, or do you add to your path to make it successful?
Good question. Well, in many cases, we do change our goal. Our vision get adjusted for sure, because over the time when we learn, when we accomplish something, let's say that monthly goal, and we open up ourselves to something else that moved us toward the different direction. Of course, you reevaluate, you calibrate your accomplishment and what the state of your being brings more passion, and from that you can reevaluate your goal. Is that still valid? Is it something that I truly want, or I want to reevaluate, adjust the goal, and move towards something that now is more important to me? And from that standpoint, reevaluate your rest of the year and move on toward the dream that being adjusted, or toward that goal that being adjusted. It's a normal process of managing your plan and managing your goal.
Now, the definition of success can be argumentative. Everybody has their own version, everybody has their own description, everybody has their own definition. I know you personally, you're very successful just by having the summit. Describe your definition of success that could bring your participants to that next level.
I'm gonna go back to one like wisdom that I hear over the time, many times. And one of our experts also said the same, Allison, that success is not defined by you having a business. Success is we all succeed in life. And I already mentioned that at the beginning. We had 100 times chances, so many chances to die in our life, to be smashed, to be, be somebody else. But we successfully still live our life. Why I'm saying successful? Because there was 100 times you possibly went already through the trouble. You had the depression. 100 times you already out of 100, you already went through so many breakdowns, so many fears, so many resistance, so many troubles. Somebody's life was probably you guys participants, you guys listeners, your experience might be so fascinating that you went through such a hell already, right? But you successfully still live your life. Why successful? Because you're still alive. So what I define by being successful is you being alive. But I add to it, how do you feel about it? Do not devalue your experience. Appreciate every single experience of your life. It's not a mistake. It's a learning path. See that value. See that greatness of your experience. Love it, appreciate people who gave you experience, who taught you the lesson that you grew through. And from that standpoint, you fulfill yourself, your heart, with so much love, appreciation, and gratitude. That's success. That is success. That is uncovering you, or unleashing you, and opening up so many doors to so many possibilities. You change life around so big, so tremendous when you reevaluate those mistakes and move them from being mistake into being successful experience, because you are alive.
Now, with that being said, Albina, we all make mistakes in our lives. To help the participants, because sometimes it's hard to realize, I made a mistake. How do I learn from it? What's the biggest mistake you have made? How did you learn from it? And what did you do to correct it?
I don't do mistakes, and you can judge me.
There's no judgment. Everybody's different.
I don't do mistakes. I am an LP practitioner. I don't have mistakes in life. I have
So it's a lesson.
Experience and lesson, successful background that brought me to a point where I am now. The way I handle something that gives me tension, brings me some uncomfortable feeling, is just reevaluating that experience, going back and ask myself, what truly did I feel? What truly am I experiencing right now? Because it's nothing going to do with the current situation, with the situation that just happened that gave you experience. It just uncovered the dynamic from the past. It uncovered some feeling from the past. And the way we roll about it, if it's not personal to me, something that happened, I'm not going to react to it. If I react, oh, I am protecting myself. Oh, I'm turning on ego to protect my fear from rolling into something that might hurt me. Okay. So ask yourself, every situation that give you tension, give you a feeling of not being comfortable, making you sad, making you worry, making you roll into anxiety, depression. What truly are you longing? What truly are you looking for? What truly are you experiencing? And from that standpoint, but again, I don't do mistakes.
And I'm going to touch on that because we had a situation the other day, the two of us. We have a history. We're friends. We know each other on a personal level. And in the past, I would say I'm not perfect. I could always learn. So Albina asked me, "Are you perfect?" And I looked at her and I said, "Yeah, I'm perfect," without even thinking. She embedded in my head throughout our relationships that you're perfect. And you know what? I'm perfect. You out there, you're perfect. Could we all do something different? Absolutely. But what you do today and what you do in your life makes you perfect. And I thank you for that. It's a lesson that was taught to me. It took a long time for me to learn it. It makes me a better person, less stress, because I'm not worried about what I do because I'm perfect.
Yes. And many people not gonna agree with me, I know, because the society just give impression as we're growing up. It's just sinking in so deeply into our consciousness that we're not perfect. Nobody's perfect. How many times did you hear it through your growing up? Nobody's perfect. That's not true. Why the newborn is always perfect, but over the time, that newborn being one day and then growing up as a teenager, not perfect anymore. How come? We impacted that person. We gave that person a lesson, a life lesson, and moved that person one way or another. Now it's not, that person is not perfect. That's lie. I am perfect.
Yes, you are.
You are, guys,
Yes, you are.
perfect. And of course, yes, there is a way to better yourself. Yes, there is a way to evaluate, implement evaluation every single day. Are you waking up? Am I better than yesterday? Am I a better person? Am I a better mother? Am I a better
Co-worker.
yeah,
Yes.
right? Am I better as a friend? And there are people that are in your circle that drains that energy out of you. Maybe it's time for them to just evaluate those relationships with those people. And I'm not suggesting that, because things will fall into the place as you dedicate yourself to yourself, as you do a self-care, self-love, as you realize that there is nobody else besides you, and everybody that's around you is also you. They're giving you a lesson, they're giving you experience, and if it's giving you tension, that what is it, where is the tension coming from? And then as you change, people around you change, or they leave you and new people come in your way, the people who see you for who you are, and then they help you to step onto the next step of your life, and expand in whatever way you are expanding yourself. So you are perfect.
Whatever you do, be the best of what you do. And
Yes.
that is perfect.
My ritual of the year, and I know many people who I know so many times, they said, oh, that's crazy. No, it's not for me, maybe for some. But every year before Christmas, I have a ritual. I sit down and I reevaluate my year. This year, how am I physically? Am I looking better physically, feeling better health-wise? Am I feeling better than the year before, the same time? Yes, check off that from the list. Am I a better mother for this year? Being a better in connection with my kids, spending time, valuable time, not judging them, not pushing my point onto them, being present for them and seeing them. Am I better in it? I'm checking off of my list. Yes, I accomplished that. Am I better in the way of me, self-care, And as I mentioned in one of the episodes, self-care is not when you go to do a massage, when you go to do your boxing only, like something that you think basics, right? Maybe that's a good starting point to go into self-care. But self-care is when I give myself time to meditate, to clear my mind, to go for a walk and not think about anything, though there are so many things that's so important to think about. No, nothing is more important than your clarity and state of being. Clear your mind, completely give yourself 5 minutes. You can do it. And that's a self-care. That's a self-care when you are present with yourself. Um, Did I went off the track?
No, not at all.
I want to ask you guys, if you have any comments, if you have any disagree with what I say, with my what I'm saying, I would appreciate your feedback under this video. Please leave your comment. Please contact me personally. And there is a way to even schedule a phone call, a Zoom meeting. And you can find that connection in every email that I sent you. You can schedule one-on-one and give me suggestions that you feel like I need to improve in that at some point, or ask me questions why I said that, what I said. And I would be grateful to connect with you and just get to know you as well. Next question.
Well, really, you summed up everything that I had, what my thoughts were, because I wasn't a believer in this. I didn't think it was going to take off. You folks have gotten the best of Albina. I can tell you that firsthand. She put this together in a short amount of time, and I said, you got to postpone it. You got to postpone it. You're getting the best of Albina. You're getting the 110% of Albina, as she always does. And I just want to say, I appreciate you. I'm glad you're doing this, because it's not business as much as it is everyday life, right? Business is something that we live with. Business is something we do. And Albina is bringing this summit to us to help us, not in just business, but everyday life. Take it as a lesson for life, a life lesson. Don't take it as a business lesson. That's just above and beyond. I thank you for that. I thank you for staying true to yourself. This could have been rehearsed. Albina said, no, I don't want to know the questions. I don't want to know what you're going to say. And that's scary coming from me, knowing our background. And, we're fire and fire, not fire and ice. We're fire and fire. So that could have been very troublesome for her, but she's true to the summit. She's true to participants. She's true to the guest speakers. She gave you everything she has. I thank her. I thank you folks, and just keep shooting for the stars, because you're something.
Thank you.
You're something.
I appreciate you saying it. And I appreciate you all, guys. I hope you enjoyed this interview with Albina Veniaminova. Learned something more about me with Louis Ortiz. And just remember, we're all on this path of journey. It's beautiful and it's already perfect. Just see the beauty in you, and it's gonna uncover so much potentials for you. But invest in yourself. That's one lesson that I learned. Invest in yourself, and not financially. I'm not saying financially. Invest your time into yourself, because you're gonna invest in somebody else's time if you won't do it. I love you all. I want to thank you all. I want to thank every single expert. So blessed with every single one that they trust in me, put their trust in me, that they moved forward, being part of this beautiful journey. Beautiful for me, very interesting journey of learning. So much strategies and wisdom from every expert. I'm so grateful to every single one, and so grateful for you guys to register for the Grow Your Business Superpower Summit, the place where we learn how to break the resistance.
Can I add something there? I'm sorry. invest in the upgrade. That's your investment. It's you as a person, because regardless of what that upgrade is, and I don't know what it is, I don't know what it pertains to, I really and truly don't, but to have access to Albina, and I know her, even if it's in 3 years from now and you send her an email, she's going to answer you. She's going to be there for you. She wants you to succeed just as much as she wants to succeed, because it makes a better world. It makes a better us. She's here to help people, and it's just invaluable.
Thank you for saying. Yes, I'm here for you guys. I'm here for myself as well. I mean, we all here in this journey. I love you all. I send my blessings your way. And I want again thank you all for being part of Grow Your Business Superpower, the place where we learn how to break the resistance and create reliable, successful business that we always dream of. Yes. Love you all. You're still able to sign up for a register for VIP package. They're going to give you a lifelong access to all the recordings with every expert. It's going to give you Grow Your Superpower journal with my background on it, with some rituals that I offer you, some tools, and the notes, many pages of notes that take off that wisdom from every expert. Write it down. This is your path. This is your learning path. And it's going to give you exclusive and personalized workshop with myself, with Albina, related to whatever holding you back. I'll see you at the workshop. Love and blessings to all. Thank you, Louis, for
Thanks to everybody.
hosting it.
I thank you.
I had fun. We had fun.
Woo!
Did you have fun with the summit? You guys have a great day.